One of the best things you could do to keep your Jeep JL Wrangler running strong and for a long time is to change its motor oil on a regular basis. Now, if you got a 3.6 liter Pentastar like we did, this is super easy to do, and this episode of the JL Journal will show you how. Alright, so let's go over some of the tools that you're going to need to make this oil change possible. First and foremost, you're going to want a ratchet, a 13mm socket. You're going to need a 24mm socket or a crescent wrench. A ratchet extension will make life easier for you. And a dental hook, or a hook like this, a utility hook. If you don't have one of those, a small flathead screwdriver will get the job done as well. As far as oil goes, Jeep recommends that you use a full synthetic 0W20 and one that meets or exceeds Chrysler MS 6395. So long as your oil says that, you're good to go. When it comes to oil filters, I prefer using Mopar filters, and as you can see here, for a 3.6, the part number that you're going to want is an MO349. Last but not least, you're going to need yourself a funnel and an oil catch pan. Okay, let's get this oil changed now. So I'm going to grab my ratchet, my 13mm socket, and my catch pan. So I'll go ahead and slide this underneath. Climb underneath as well. Remove the drain bolt. Drain the oil. Alright, now that the oil is just about all drained, we're going to go ahead and remove the oil filter. And unlike other motors that typically have them located on the side or on the bottom, on the JL, it's located under the hood. So we're going to go ahead and open this up now. And I'll show you where it is. And you can see where it's located. This is the oil fill port, and just below it, this cap right in here, that's where the filter is located. Alright, so using a 24mm socket, a ratchet extension to make life easier for you, and a ratchet, we're going to go ahead and remove the filter cap now. So place this on top. As you can see, the filter will come with the cap, and it'll probably still be dribbling a little bit of oil, so you want to be careful not to make a mess. With the oil filter removed, you can now firmly grab the filter and the cap and separate them, as you can see here. And then we're going to take our dental pick or hook like this and carefully hook it around the O-ring, and we're going to pull this off. Alright, so now we're going to get our new oil filter. Pop it open. As you can see, it comes with a brand new O-ring. We're just going to roll that on to the cap and make sure it is seated fully in the groove that the previous one was in. And then from there, we're going to take our new oil filter and pop it in. Alright, so now that we have our oil filter installed into our oil filter cap and have the new O-ring installed, we're going to go ahead and pop it into the motor. Get it on as tight as we can by hand. And then again, using our 24mm socket, we're going to just tighten it down. Now it doesn't need to be crazy tight, you just need to get it snug on there. Okay. Alright, so now that that's all taken care of, we can go ahead and reinstall our drain bolt and put oil back in the motor. Alright, so still a few drips are coming out, but it is for the most part done. Going to go ahead and reinstall the drain bolt. Just wipe up some of the excess mess. using a 13mm socket again. We're going to tighten up the drain bolt. Again, you don't want to go crazy tight on that. It's a good hand tight. Wipe everything up, and we're good. All right, so now we can top this thing off. We're going to go ahead back over to the engine and open up the oil fill port. Pop in a funnel just to help ensure you don't make a mess. And then we're going to go ahead and open up our oil. Nowadays, these things come in a full 5 quarts, and that's what this motor takes. And carefully pour it into the motor. We're all filled up. Pull off the funnel. Go ahead and reinstall our cap. All right, just to make sure that we are in fact full, we're going to go ahead and do a quick check of the dipstick. We're going to pull this out carefully. And then you can see here it is in fact full. You can see that it's all nice and shiny right there. So we're going to go ahead and wipe that down and reinstall it. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and lower the hood. All right, so now that we've changed the oil, there's one more thing we need to do, and that's to reset the oil filter life on the computer on your Jeep. So there's 2 ways you can do that, and the first of which is to turn on your ignition to the run position without actually starting the engine. Once the ignition is on, you need to go ahead and step on the gas pedal 3 times slowly. So after depressing the gas pedal 3 times slowly, you can just go ahead and turn the ignition back off. And just like that, you're done. So the other way you can do this is to simply turn on your ignition just like before until you get to the run position without actually starting the engine. After your screen cycles all the way through, we're going to use the up-down arrow keys on your steering wheel until you find vehicle info. At vehicle info, you can use the left and right arrow keys and cycle that through until you find oil life, as you can see here. Once you get to that screen, you can see that I actually still had 46% of filter life left, but we'll go ahead and hit OK until it clears because we've already changed the oil filter. Now you can see it's 100% again, and we're good to go. From here, we can just go ahead and turn off the ignition. And there you have it, you're done. All right, so we can go ahead and finish closing up the hood now. And that's all there is to it. As you can see, changing the oil on a Jeep JL Wrangler with a 3.6 liter Pentastar is super easy. Thanks for watching, and if you're not already a member, we would love for you to come by JLWRANGLER.com and become a part of our online community. Until next time, we'll see you again here on the JL Journal.